Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today, we are finally back with The Last of Us, Part 2.
Woo! Which is, yeah, it's
Yeah.
exciting and it's not at the same time.
Yeah, listen, I have been so excited for this season, but I have been dreading this season. And I already was like, the first episode alone, dude, this season's gonna rip me to shreds, okay? Ellie is such a bitch in the beginning of this
Oh
season.
my god, I literally want to rip her head off. I'm like, don't you dare.
She's so
First of
mean
all,
to Grandpa Joel.
yeah, with his little sweet little glasses. He's such
Oh my
a
god.
cute old man and he just wants to live his life with his adoptive daughter, his brother, and his nephew. Like, but he doesn't want a lot. He's just simple. He's a
He's
hardworking
a
man.
simple man, okay? And Grandpa Joel, old man Joel, is a sweet baby angel. And Ellie is, oh my god, dude. Listen, Ellie
Yeah.
has never been like my favorite character, but
No.
I'll tell you what, this season's gonna make me so sad. But I have a lot to talk about, so I'm sure you do too, obviously.
The season's moving too fast. We're only one episode in.
Way too
It's
fast.
moving too fast. Um
Yeah, it's
oh my
moving
god,
way
where do
too
we even
fast.
start?
First off, okay, let me start. Okay, I know where to start. Let's start. Let's start with the
Okay.
casting of season
Top
2.
tier. Top tier.
Phenomenal. First off, Catherine
Chef kiss.
O'Hara, Chef's
O'Hara,
kiss.
absolutely. As a therapist, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, wonderful. I think that the only complaint I will say that I personally had with the casting now,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know really like actors, actresses, anything, but I will say the girl that plays Abby, I
Yeah.
do think that she is not very intimidating in this show. I don't know if they did that on purpose, because in the game, she's like a
She's
beefy
hench.
girl. Yeah, she's like a beefed up girl.
Yeah, I think they realized that, like, in a post apocalyptic world, you can't really have that kind of muscle mass and keep it, especially if you're basically a quote unquote refugee wherever you live. So I will say the actress they picked for Abby, though, she is literally one of the greatest actresses I've ever seen. Everything she's in, she's phenomenal. I've loved her in everything. She always gives major like she's the my literally I was watching this with my parents and my dad's like, "She's in this?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "She's already giving major attitude because she was standing like with her hip popped out."
Mm-hmm.
So, I think there's going to be possibly a slight personality change with Abby and I feel like she's going to give so much more attitude than Abby in the game, which Abby in the game gives a lot of attitude, but I think this girl's going to like kick it up a notch. I am disappointed that we started the episode with her and then we got a little bit of the whiplash like we do in the game and we switched over to Joel and Ellie. And then we
Mm-hmm.
stayed with them for the rest of the episode. I really wish they would have done more of like a character intro into Abby instead of her just telling the audience that she's going to kill Joel.
Yeah.
Because now you know she's coming. Like this is what I would have wished with the game too is they would have made us like her,
And then have
understand
him
her,
kill
and then
Joel.
have her just whack him and just end him right then and there.
But they're
I
like,
think
nope,
it
10 minutes in, goodbye.
yeah. Yeah, they're like she's going to kill him just in case you didn't know already. And I'm like, "Okay, so we're already at like okay, episode 1 is right on track with the game so far,
Mm-hmm.
which for game to show vibes, excellent. makes me nervous because if at this rate,
Yeah, at
Joel is
this rate.
literally going to die
Joel
on
is dead.
Easter. He's gonna die on Easter.
He's gonna die this weekend.
He can't die this weekend, okay? I can't handle that. I can't have a mental breakdown, one, before your birthday, and two, before all of the stuff that we have to get done this month.
Also, just a side note, I watched the first season with my dad, and I texted him today and I said, "Hey, are you gonna watch The Last of Us?" The first episode came out, and what he replied to me was, "Did they kill Pedro yet?" Also, what
Yeah.
channel?
Freaking rude. And then I replied to Casey, I go, at least he called him Pedro, because when we started watching the first episode on Sunday, my dad is like, is that Pablo Pascual or whatever his name is? And I was like, you mean Pedro
Close
Pascal?
enough. Close
Yeah,
enough.
it's exactly. He shrugged like it was the same thing, and I'm like, no, it's
Close
not the same.
enough.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna call him Pablo now. He's just Pablo. I'm changing his name. It's Pablo now. Um, Also, I would like to just straight up say that Casey will not stop bullying me
I
with
won't ever stop.
golf memes and Joel, and I need her to stop. She's putting me into stress.
That one was a
It's
good
gonna.
sweatshirt, though. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
to be fair, like if you didn't know, it's like a if you know sweatshirt, but
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you know, I feel like you would look at it and be like, what?
Why would you do that?
Why would you wear that? To be fair, the creator did say it was an unhinged sweatshirt,
Yeah,
and
and
I
it
agree
is.
because it will make random people burst into tears, like me.
Yeah. Season 2 starts out okay, game 2, I I feel like game 1 it was much better. I feel like everybody thinks that too. Game
Yeah.
2 started out so hectic, but it was such a slow game.
I think part of that comes from because like in the beginning there's extreme whiplash of switching between
Yeah, yeah,
characters,
yeah. It's a lot of
and
whiplash in
then
the beginning.
yeah, and then Joel dies, and then they basically go on, Abby and Ellie go on like a cat and mouse chase situation, and that's the part that's really slow. And also because after Abby kills Joel, you're forced to play as her, and you're like, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I don't want to play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna fling you off the cliff. I don't want to play anymore. And
I'm
then so
done.
you're forced to play as her for quite a while before you switch back to Ellie.
Mhm.
So it's not a good time. It's not a good time. I am excited. All the stills they've released from future episodes are like basically screen caps from the game.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh, dude.
am excited to
Also,
see it.
The Last of Us video game and TV show just has
Mm-hmm.
like the most beautiful scenes.
Oh,
They just the
yeah.
cinematography and like the way they capture the video game is like truly amazing. It is like
Yeah.
if you've played the game and you love the game, you will recognize like scenes, you'll recognize lines, and like I loved that so much that it's like such iconic shit.
Yeah, I got freaking goosebumps when they showed Jackson. I was like,
Oh
"Oh my
yeah,
god, it looks exactly like the game." It's so crazy, but it's like obviously it's real life. They just
yeah.
I mean, the color grading of the show is top tier. The set dressing, background
Or like
actors like
when they do the like New Year's party.
oh my
Oh,
gosh. So
wonderful.
good. Speaking of the New Year's party, the actress they cast for Dina,
Oh,
chef
10
kiss.
out of 10, dude.
Oh my god, she's
She is
amazing.
Dina. That's
Yeah.
Dina. Yeah.
And it's funny cuz like in the game, like I I get Dina, but she's not my favorite, but this version of Dina, I'm literally like that's my child. I claim her.
That's my
That one.
child.
That's mine.
And she's
I also yes, go first.
Oh, I was gonna say, and she was a lot nicer to Joel than Ellie
Oh my
was.
gosh.
Okay, Ellie
Yeah.
made me literally. I was gonna cry. Okay, I was like, I can't cry on
Yeah.
episode 1, but sweet old man Joel is getting bullied by this 19-year-old.
Yeah, yeah. I also really like that we get to because in the game I feel like it's just like briefly mentioned, but I like that we've gotten to see Joel and Dina interact without Ellie there.
Mhm.
So I love it because they're kind of like basically like Joel's like her work dad, and she's
Yeah.
like his work daughter. And I love that he struggles too because he's like, this girl that has only known me the 5 years I've lived in Jackson is acting like my daughter versus the girl that I literally took across the country twice that doesn't want anything
That
to
is
do with me.
practically my daughter.
Yeah. That like saved me from being like unalived multiple times. And that I saved from her being unalive. Like it's just, I'm not ready for the flashback scenes though, before all of
Oh my
this
god.
craziness, because the flashback scenes in the game are so cute between Joel and Ellie. And I'm just like, oh
Ugh.
no.
It's gonna
I
be
also,
hard.
yeah. I know a lot of people don't like um Bella Ramsey as Ellie. And a lot of them are like, she doesn't like look like they should have recast for part 2. I really wish they would have changed her hair. I
I
think
do
that's the one
too.
it's the one thing that I get hung up on because like I know when I was talking to you the guys the other day, they were like, "Well, it's been 5 years and she doesn't look like she's aged 5 years." And I believe I mentioned this in a previous episode, but a lot of times when you go from like 14 to 19, you don't really look that some people don't look that different. I didn't look any different. My
Yeah.
hair changed. That's what changed. And my makeup skills. That's
Yeah,
pretty
and
much
she had
it.
like super short hair in the second game.
Yes, so I kind of wish they would have given her some kind of like different hair. I definitely wish it would have been shorter, but I wish she would have had something different about her hair, cuz I also kind of wish she would have either like trimmed down or muscled up. Like I feel like Ellie would have had that kind of transformation. I don't think we'd necessarily see it in her face, but definitely like in her body and the way she carries herself. And again, haircuts make you look younger or older
Well, yeah, and Ellie's hair in the
amazingly.
second game is like pretty short. Like it's like
Yeah,
really it's like a
it's like a
significant
pixie.
difference. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
significant difference from how she looked in the first game.
yeah. And even just like if she wears her ponytail the same, I'm like, I'm surprised like it's not like braided or not like, again, there's no differential. So I think that would have helped quite a lot if they changed her hair in some form of, or another. Um, but also like I'm starting like I still love Bella Ramsey and I like her Ellie with Pedro's Joel.
Mhm.
But if they kill off Joel soon, I don't think she's quite a strong enough character to carry the rest of the season by herself.
Yeah, Ellie also just sucks sometimes, to be honest.
She really does. Like, I know people always want to blame Bella Ramsey for all of that, and I'm like, Ellie's just a trash person sometimes.
Dude, yeah, honestly, like
Like, a lot of the
sometimes
time,
yeah, like
honestly.
yeah,
She's
honestly,
such a
it's
brat.
she really is. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. You're 19, but like also maybe Joel is correct on some things. Maybe sometimes.
Yeah. And it's just like it's not even like it's one thing she can be like mad at him all she wants, but the whole town, like you live when you live in a small town, you got to watch it because everybody knows everybody's business all the time. So, I'm just like, but yeah. So, I wish there was more change with Ellie. I am, however, very happy with the addition of Joel's glasses. These little old man glasses, little
He's such a
readers.
cute little man. Oh my god, I love
Oh
Grandpa
my
Joel.
gosh. He's
He's such
so cute. I didn't think he could get any cuter, and he did. And I'm
Dude,
like,
that's
oh
why I
my
was like, I'm gonna cry in
god.
this episode because Ellie's such a bitch. And I'm
I
like, leave him
know.
alone, okay? He's sweet old man. You stop it right now.
And then, like, when he's in his, like, therapy session, and he's like, I don't even make her sit down for dinner anymore. And I'm like, Oh, you guys used to sit down and have dinner. That's so cute. And I bet you anything Joel made the dinner. And they probably had family dinner with Tommy and Maria. Oh my god, it's so cute. And no, she's just gotta be a bitch about it.
Oh, excuse me.
You're
Um,
excused.
yes, no, Ellie is just, she's just Ellie, and Joel is just sweet, and he just loves her, and he didn't
He
get to
loves
have
her
his own
so
daughter.
much. I know when he's like, "Yeah, I never got to this age with my own kid," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, he's just meant to be a dad.
Oh, he's such a girl dad too.
Oh, he really is. Oh my god, I love him. He is. I love when especially like Pedro, because he always plays like the father figure
Father figure.
character,
He is a
and we love
daddy.
that. He is him to Bella Ramsey and to Grogu.
Yep.
We love them both. But I do think that the casting was 10 out of 10. I love Catherine O'Hara.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wonderful, amazing, so great to see her. We love her.
Yeah.
Um,
I wasn't expecting her to be Eugene's wife though.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I remember Eugene being mentioned in the games and that he had a heavy hand in teaching Dina a lot of stuff. I don't remember him. Like, I remember that he died, but I didn't really, because I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Yeah, Joel killed him in the game too," but it was just kind of glossed over.
Hmm.
I don't remember that. So like
I didn't either, to be honest. I was like, I have to look
when
that
she
up.
like blurted at him that she hates him for not necessarily for killing her husband, but the way he did it, and I was like, "I'm sorry. When did Joel kill Eugene? Like, when was that a thing?" So I obviously just tuned that out, and I was just too
Yeah.
distracted. But yeah, so that threw me for a loop, and I'm like, Catherine. Like, I understand. I love that Catherine O'Hara's character is drinking while doing this therapy session, and Joel's like, I don't. Are you supposed to be drinking during these things? And she's like, no, but I'm going to.
Also, I like
Um,
that he paid her in weed. That was his payment.
Yes. Yeah. And I like
I'm
because
like,
she was like,
smooth.
grass? This is grass. Like, she was so offended by how small they were.
Yeah. I love that the interaction between them two was
Yeah.
phenomenal. The Last of Us truly, like, video game and show, it's all around like a masterpiece, to be honest. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even like saying that because I do love it, but they just do such a good job with like casting and like the imagery of the show is just,
Yeah.
it's so good, and it's like I said, like, there's just stuff you can recognize, and it
Yeah.
looks like
Little
the
Easter
game.
eggs for stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The
we love
casting
that.
for Jesse is
Mhm.
like, he like literally looks like he was ripped out of the game.
Oh, it's spot on, dude.
Like,
I was
that
like, that's
is
crazy.
yeah, I was like, that's literally him. Like, I could not imagine a better fit. I mean, height, body type, voice, everything. 100% Jesse. And I'm like, that's crazy. I can't. Whoever is the casting agent for The Last of Us, you deserve every single award in the universe because,
Mhm.
like, 10 out of 10 for everybody.
Yeah. No, they do a phenomenal job. I knew that like this season was going to be good. I mean, it's good, but it's bad.
It's
um
a good. It's going to be a good season. It's just going to be bad in that people are going to be dying that we don't want to die.
yeah, like Pedro, my sweet man. If you've already you I
You
feel
should
like
know
everybody,
spoiler alerts.
exactly.
But also,
Duh.
it's made it's been two. I can't believe it's been 2 years, right, since the last season, or a year, 2 years. I don't
I
know.
think it's
It's been
been 2 years.
two.
I think it's been 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, if you don't know by now, then they do. I guess you heard it here first. Um,
You heard it here first. Sorry.
but I also thought was really interesting is towards the at the end of the episode, because they're trying to rapidly build housing for all the people that are trying to like rescue and house and build the community and stuff like that, and then they discover the cordyceps in the pipes and it like comes back
Mm-hmm.
to life. I thought that was interesting because in the games there was never like a mention of any kind of outbreak within the walls of Jackson, which I thought was weird
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, somebody somewhere has to slip eventually because humans are human. It's just how that works. But I also feel like it would be really sick and twisted if the clickers and stuff kind of evolved because the virus is technically something that is just all consuming. It's just going to consume you from the inside out until there's nothing left. And so it would be interesting if it evolved to like spread via like the air or via the water, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that introduction of it coming back to life and it being all in the pipes is super scary.
Yeah. Lots of foreshadowing too.
Yeah, because that's like wave two of this whole situation.
Yeah. Um and obviously we know Ellie is immune,
Yep.
but
So
she's not immune to be ripped to shreds.
that's true. She can still die like a human. She just is not going to die from being a clicker.
Yeah. Which
Also, the clicker, the smart clicker,
mm-hmm.
freaked me out. It moved
Yeah.
way too fast.
Yeah. It was very creepy.
It was so creepy. I'm excited if that's just like the tip of the iceberg and we get more stuff like that, then I'm going to be super excited because that means this season will actually be scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I want too, because
Yes.
because season 2 or game 2 was just like so slow. I definitely like season like game 1 is way scarier, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Um, but if they do shit like that, yeah, with like the noises, oh yeah,
Also,
it'll
I
be
think
super scary.
my hang up with game 2 in particular, as far as like the combat and stuff goes, in game 2, you are fighting and killing a lot of people,
Yeah,
not monsters,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
people and dogs. I hate the fact that you have to kill the dogs. Um, Devastating. But I think that's kind of what threw me as far as it. Like, I mean, besides the story being an absolute mess, the gameplay itself is really good. I just didn't enjoy it as much, and I think it's because you're fighting people and not monsters. Like the first one, because you're journeying across the country with Joel and Ellie, you're fighting a combination, but mostly because you're out in the wilderness, mostly clickers.
Mm-hmm.
But game 2 they decided to kind of like introduce a lot more like different groups of people, which is fine, but again, you're fighting a lot of people, so I'm hoping this
Which I feel
season.
like I feel like unfortunately that happens with like a lot
Yeah.
of like zombie movies and shows. Like that's why I stopped watching like The Walking Dead, because I'm like I
Yeah.
don't care about this anymore. Like it's um and I like unfortunately that part is boring, but that's how it is. Like that's how it's
Yeah.
gonna be. And once you get to a society and there's not a lot of like zombies or clickers, you
Yeah.
do fight each other.
Yeah, and then it starts to get too real world and you're like, okay, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to
Yeah,
play this anymore.
where's the scary things? Those are scurry.
Yeah. So I am very excited. I hope there's going to be more monsters this season.
Me too. I hope so too. I'm very excited. I mean, I'm not, but I am. Like, I'm very excited because this first episode I just of course was phenomenal.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't want them to kill Joel. He's such a sweet old man.
I know he just wants to like tinker with his little electrical plant panel and whittle. He does his little wood
Oh
whittling.
my god.
Um I loved seeing Joel's house and then Ellie's garage in
Mhm.
like the real world.
Mhm.
It was so cuz I mean like in the game they're so lifelike and detailed, and it has, particularly Joel's house has like a lot of like warmth to it, so it was really cool to see that come across screen. I also like that Ellie's garage, like she's got like curtains everywhere and she's such a typical teen where she's just got stuff everywhere. um Although I was literally gonna pick up that freaking guitar that she had on her laundry pile and hit her with it. Why would you put it in the laundry pile?
Oh, and then Joel's so sweet and just
I
takes
know.
it and was
He's
like,
like,
I'll
I'll
change your
fix the
strings.
strings, and then like books it.
He's like, all right, bye. She's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get out of here before she starts screaming at me.
Oh, poor Joel, dude. I love him. I can't.
But yeah. I know, he's so sweet.
He's just a sweet old man with his old man glasses.
I love his old man glasses. He's so
But I
cute.
am excited to see more of Ellie and Dina's relationship.
Yeah.
Because I do really like who they casted as Dina.
Oh,
Super good.
yeah.
I'm very excited to see their relationship throughout the show.
I'm excited to see if they're gonna keep the fact that she's pregnant in the show.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because in the game, I mean, like in the game, she really doesn't find out until like way later. But it'd be interesting if they still kept that premise.
Yeah, and then Ellie has to take care of a baby.
Yeah, but I'll also be really sad because then that means Jesse's gonna die, and I like Jesse.
I forgot about all that. Oh my god,
Yeah,
stop.
sorry. You know
Honestly,
what?
like
Honestly,
Joel
you deserve
dying,
it.
Joel dying has been like in the forefront of my mind. So
Yeah,
like
it's the
that's the only
biggest
thing.
death.
Right, I'm like it's coming so soon, and I'm like not ready. That like everything else in the game, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that Dina has a baby, and it's like a little Asian baby because it's Jesse's baby.
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah. I will say that my favorite part of game 2 is giving Dina whiplash. I love riding around the horse super fast. So I really hope that they translate that in the show because I think that would be worth it.
I think it'd be kind of
Sometimes
funny if they make like a joke, like they have her like turn too sharp and then have Dina like almost fall off and be like, please don't do that.
oh gosh, yeah. But I'm very excited but not excited. But excited.
Yeah, the anticipation is high. Um, the excitement for the events that are going to unfold is a little less high.
Yeah.
Um, and like, I here's the thing: is like, do I want Joel to die? No, Pedro needs to stop dying in stuff, please.
Yeah, for
Especially
once, please.
with characters that I really like. But I get that Joel's death would be such a pivotal moment, just like how Ellie being immune is a pivotal moment. So,
Hmm.
like, I get it. People die, tragic things happen all the time. But I really, really hope they change up the order in which they present certain information. I already don't like that we know that Abby is out for blood. Like, I feel
Oh,
like that should have been a later reveal, even though I would say like 90% of the audience watching already knows that.
she's
But
guns
it's,
ablazing.
yeah, I mean, we're just like right out the gate. She's ready to kill him. Because even in the game, they really don't reveal that until way later. Like, I mean, it's still the beginning, but it's not the immediate beginning.
Yeah.
We know that Abby is trying to find whoever killed her dad. Which a lot of us go, that's murdering a doctor. That sounds familiar.
Who
I
who
wonder.
could do that?
Yeah. I did like in her little like description of Joel in the beginning that she was like older man, gray hair, scar on his right temple. Oh, I can't forget that some people say that he's handsome, and I was like, he is handsome.
Yes,
He
facts.
is. That's a fact, Abby. It's not an opinion.
Sweet old man Joel. I'm not ready.
Oh my god, he's so cute. But I am excited. I kind of hope we really dig into Abby's past. Because I feel like in the game, like the past that you get for her is that she at one point was dating her best friend and then they broke up and he got together with one of their other friends, got her pregnant. Um, she's out for revenge because Joel killed her dad, and that she is not happy with the life she's currently being forced to live because she's a like diehard Firefly.
Hmm.
But that's it. Like that's all we get of her. And I'm like, I think we could have like gone a little more into detail, maybe flashbacks or something like that, because we don't get any flashbacks with her. So we get that she loved her dad, but what was their relationship? Was it similar to like Ellie and Joel's relationship in the beginning, except obviously her and her dad are related? Was it like different? Was her mom in the picture? Was it just her and her dad? How did he get to be in the Fireflies? Was she born a Firefly? Did they join the Fireflies? How did they meet Marlene? Like, there's a lot of things that they could do with Abby's past that
Yeah,
is boring for the game, but adds to the show.
I agree. I think that they should do that in the show. I agree.
Yeah, because right now they're honestly setting her up to be the villain, and I think that's where they lost a lot of us in the game. Is because
Yeah.
they were like, here's the villain, you're gonna play as her. But I don't
Yeah.
feel any sympathy for her because she's the villain.
Right, like why? Well, yeah, like why should I feel sympathy for her when she just
Yeah.
killed Joel? Excuse
Yeah.
me?
Like, I mean, like, I get why she killed him, but I love him. I don't know
But
her.
yeah, I love Joel. Me and Joel have a bond, okay?
Yeah. We're together forever. But yeah, so hopefully more detail with that. I hope we get a lot more detail with Tommy as well. Because Tommy has a family. He's got a wife.
Tommy!
Yeah. I hope we get a lot more of that too. But he's got a family, and it seems like his and Ellie's relationship is still really good. Like, she's still basically that's her uncle situation still. But I do like that she kind of like manipulates him a little bit, and he can't say no. Like, he wants to side with his brother, but he also understands Ellie's perspective, because I feel like Tommy and Ellie are really good parallels in that they've both had a very hard journey to take that involved Joel. So I feel like they understand each other very well. And so I kind of like that dynamic being different than like Ellie and Joel's, but also being different than Joel and Tommy. So I think their relationship dynamic would be really interesting to see more of as well.
Yeah, I really hope that they do add like because like in season 1 they changed, like obviously we got to see like Bill and Frank's
Yeah.
backstory. So I hope
Hmm.
they do something like this because yeah, like especially like with Abby too. I think that
Yeah.
would be really, really cool to see like her background because like
And even like how, like, because at the beginning of the episode, it obviously shows her and the other kids that are around her age that also lost their parents or their friends and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see how like like, I understand that they're like basically the last of the Mohicans, but were they friends before Joel murdered everybody, or were they just kind of like acquaintances and then became closer after
yeah, like
all the
what led up
death?
to this? Give me
Yeah.
more detail.
Yeah.
I am excited to see more of like this the just the way that they do the like cinematography and
Hmm.
like the images. I love seeing like I shared one on my Instagram today, like the game and
The side by
the
sides.
side by side, and it's just oh, chef's kiss. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of side by sides, my favorite one that has been circulating and that I received from did I send it to Travis or Travis sent it to me? I don't know. It's the side by side of when they're at the New Year's Eve party and Ellie's getting ready to beat up what's his name? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of what his name
Oh,
is.
size? I don't know. I think it's something with an S, right? Or no, in the beginning or the New Year's party.
The New Year's party.
I don't remember what his name is.
That says something about them being they he
Yeah,
used other choice words, but basically about them making out her and Dina making out on the dance floor. I like that in the video game, Joel just like shoves his shoulder, but in the show, Pedro just full on shoves him into the
which
ground.
was amazing. We
Seth,
love
his name
old
is
man
Seth. You were
Seth.
correct,
Yeah,
Seth. Yeah, but I just love like I knew the shove was coming, but Pedro just like full on like he was using those muscles and just
he was. He
bam
put
to
them
the
to
floor.
work.
Yes. But it was amazing. I love that.
And then Ellie wasn't even grateful.
No, and honestly, that scene makes me so upset in the
I
game.
know.
So to see it like come to life, I'm like,
Oh
I
my god, and
hate
poor Joel
this.
just walked away. I was like, please don't.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
cry.
oh. And then like when she comes home later and he's just sitting on the front porch playing the guitar and there was no words said, but you could tell he was heartbroken.
Poor
Heartbroken.
old man Joel.
I
That's
know.
so
He
sad.
just always tries to do the right thing, but for Ellie, it's always going to be the wrong thing. Like, she's never going to see it as the right thing
Yeah, because that's Ellie.
until
She's
he's
just a
dead.
freaking yeah. Until he's dead, and then she's
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh, well, shoot.
Yeah. She'd be like, oh my gosh, she was trying to protect me this whole time. And like, no, duh. She makes me crazy.
Yeah, it's a love hate relationship, but sometimes
Honestly,
it's a lot of
yeah.
hate.
Yeah. And I think a lot, at least for me, a lot of that because she hates Joel so much. And I'm like, it's one of those things that like when you're standing too close, you don't see the whole picture. So
Hmm.
she's been standing too close to the picture for too long that she doesn't know that anybody is actually trying to help her and
Yeah,
trying to make her life better. Um, and she just always sees it as life not going her way. Which I mean, I get it, girl. We've all been there, but the amount of anger she carries is actually kind of crazy.
like chill, girl. It'll be alright.
Yeah, I mean, like you live in a post-apocalyptic world, so it can only be so good. So just
Yeah,
like you're living in a quote unquote safe place. You don't have to worry about starving. You don't have to worry about being eaten by anything.
you have
Um,
shelter.
you have shelter. You literally have electricity,
Yeah,
running water, and access to horses, guns, fire. Like I mean, for that world, that's the best you're gonna get because
pretty much.
as we saw in season one, living in a QZ is awful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Ellie needs to chill. Old man Joel is the sweetest man alive.
Yeah, he is.
But I am the one thing I will say is I am excited because obviously game 2 is all about facing the consequences of your actions.
Hmm.
So we do know that Joel's way of that is dying via golf club. Uh, but it'll be interesting to see if they change anything about Ellie's consequences.
Yeah, I am interested to see what they change in the show.
Yeah. And hopefully it's for the better.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think so far the changes they've made have been like really good, and I think that they've
Yeah.
added like even like the small changes or like just random kind of details. Like in season 1, when they made what's his name? Sam? When they made him deaf,
They
dude,
made him deaf.
I was like, okay, so we're just really pulling at the heart. And younger, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, so we're really just
Yeah.
trying to pull at the heart. Like that was like a good change that like added to the show. It like made you feel like even worse.
Yeah.
Like so I am excited to see what they do. Even if it's like changes like that. I think that so far they've done a really good job.
Yeah. I also liked that in season 1 because in game 1, the question they posed to you and that a lot of people fought over was whether Joel was in the right or in the wrong.
Mhm.
But I like that the show didn't necessarily do that same like question.
Mhm.
Like the show very much feels like that Joel did right by Ellie
Yeah.
because
Like
I
yeah.
mean they were literally going to just rip her skull open to see if they could figure out a cure.
Yeah.
And it's like I know people get tested on and die in the name of science, but it seemed like such a long shot, which I think is why Joel was like, absolutely not, no, no. Which a majority of people that I have talked to have said if you have children, that is the same decision you would make.
Yeah, I feel that.
Without
Yeah.
without a doubt in their mind. And I'm like, "No, I get it. Like, I don't have children, but I would have made the same decision."
Yeah. Especially since he's already lost an actual daughter. Like, he's not going to
Yes,
lose
in
this
a
one that he's just
horrific
spent,
way.
yeah, he's just spent all this time with. Like, he's like, I'm not doing that again. Heck no.
Yeah. And for what? For a maybe? For a
Yeah.
possibility?
Yeah, could be.
And it's just like, so I'm glad that season 1 didn't pose that question. So and I'm looking forward to seeing what they change for season 2, and if it felt like season 2 they wanted it to be an Abby versus Ellie, whose side are you on
Yeah.
situation, which again, when you release the information that Abby is going to murder Joel so early, you can't do that because then the side is Ellie.
Right.
Like, you're not going to choose Abby's side.
Right. Because
But
you've just
I
spent a
also,
whole game/season with
yes,
Ellie.
but I am hoping that if they're going to keep that concept, that again, we dig into Abby's past a bit more. Because if we understand what her father, because it seems like she understood exactly what her father was researching and what they needed in order to possibly create a cure. So I'm curious to see if they let us know how close he actually was to creating a cure. Because they did hint, one of the kids that when she was talking was like, you know, we still need your dad in order to do it. So obviously he had all the information, but I would imagine like most doctors, he probably has a notebook somewhere. So I'm
Yeah.
interested to know if Abby had like was in training basically, or if somebody was in training and they have to go find them, or like, I just want there to be a stronger case for Abby. I don't want you to be like Ellie versus Abby right now because I'm going to choose Ellie. You murdered her dad. Like,
Yeah.
they're both dads are dead.
Yeah. Now
So,
nobody has a live dad. So
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, everybody's dad is dead. I am going to choose the girl that had the dad that I was in love with, okay? I don't know
Yeah.
the other dad, except that
Exactly.
he was a doctor who was literally ready to open a 14-year-old girl's skull in the name of science. Well, she was
The
still
name of
alive. It's not like she was dead.
right. She's still alive and kicking.
Yeah, it's not like he was like, I'm gonna need you to, like, basically become a firefly so that I can study you and you can be basically a test rat situation. And then when you die, then we'll open your skull up and figure stuff out.
Exactly. No, you're
But
alive and we don't care. We want it
yeah, it
now.
was an immediate, we're gonna murder you. And I'm like, shouldn't you run some like tests or
Right.
like blood samples, or I mean, like, I know the technology is not there because post-apocalyptic and all that, but I feel like there should be some extra steps before you just like murder her. Like, I mean, Joel literally was like, here's the child, and then they knocked him out, and like a day later they were like, okay, well, we're gonna kill her now. It's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean the timeline is that? Like, I feel like there should have been like 2 weeks before you murdered her. At least let Joel leave, because that's your biggest problem right there.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But I'm excited. I'm
Um
excited.
yeah. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I know it'll be good.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting to know that they've already been renewed for a season 3. So it'll be a nice. I'm hoping it'll be just a trilogy, basically.
Yeah.
I think if they try to go past 3 seasons, they might be getting into stretched out territory. So I feel like 3 seasons for The Last of Us is really good. We'll get a little more content than just the 2 games that they keep remastering over and over and over instead of
Instead of
making a
giving
new
us a new
one.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Um so it'll be interesting to see how they stretch, cuz apparently it's game 2 that's getting stretched into these 2 seasons. So I'll be
Yeah.
interested to see how the pacing is for the rest of the season.
I am too because so far it seems on I mean I don't know cuz like season how many episodes is it going to be, do we know?
It's probably only going to be like 10. They're pretty short seasons. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm interested to
Let's.
see how especially if they, I don't know, because if they spread it out for 3 seasons or 2 seasons, I just hope that doesn't get too. I really hope that they add like more clickers or something, because I feel like if they do it, I don't know, it could be slow, but I don't think it will be.
So let's see. The first season was 9 episodes. The second season's only 7.
Huh. Okay.
And there's no predictions for season 3. So it's already a shorter season than the first season, which makes me nervous. Also explains why they're splitting it into 2 seasons. Um, but basically, we're getting 2 full seasons and a couple extra bonus episodes if they were to stick to the 10 or the 9 episode season.
Hmm.
Um, but because the first half of game 2 is very whiplashy, I hope one that they don't keep that for the season 2. But also the after Joel's death, it's so drawn out and boring that
Yeah, it is.
I hope they change that. Also,
I
because I
do.
feel no sympathy for Abby in that point in the game when we're playing as her and she finds the brother or sister and then for whatever reason decides to help them and then the sister dies, so she's just like, I guess this is my child now. There was no, it felt like there was no emotional connection with it like we had with Joel and Ellie, because like I know Ellie was basically forced upon Joel. He didn't want to go, and Tess was like, we're going. um so I kind of hope we see maybe a better start to Abby's relationship with, I can't remember what his name was. It was something weird. Um but I hope we get a stronger connection with their relationship, possibly even something parallel to what Joel and Ellie went through, so that Abby understands Ellie's perspective.
Yes, I am excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah, lots of things to look forward to. We are excited to talk about them on the podcast. I'm really hoping, I need to actually text him and ask. I really want to get Travis on this because he's my brother in The Last of Us. Like, we are both Last of Us fiends. So I would love to get him on here maybe for our season wrap up so we can
Ooh,
discuss all things The Last of Us.
yes, yes.
Um, because again, he's super into The Last of Us. But yeah, I think that concludes this week's episode. Um, let us know in the comments below what has been your favorite thing about episode 1 so far, what you're looking forward to, and who your favorite character is so far in the show, um, and how much you love Old Man Joel's glasses.
Yes. Give it a thumbs up for Old Man Joe's glasses.
Yes, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share on all the socials because it'll help boost the podcast. You can follow us on all the social medias so that you know when we upload new episodes. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So, bye.
Goodbye.